No, I saw you were talking earlier about Jordan Peterson saying 50 approaches a day is pretty good.
50 approaches. If you don't
What's
get
right is
laid,
that
if you do,
he's talking about dating and pickup so much because he's talked a lot of shit about the pickup industry in the past, and now he's like,
did he?
yeah, he kind of was saying something that thinks pickup artists are sociopaths or psychopaths.
Oh, I think I might have seen that one. Yeah. But I guess the thing is, what he does is he covers a lot of ground. So it's like, okay, well, maybe a certain part of pickup artistry, if you're just approaching a lot of people and you're not really building any relationships, then it's might be seen as sociopathic or psychopathic. And then maybe I guess like approaching in the context of the video that I made, it was more in the context of, okay, you got a fear of rejection, and this is a good way to overcome it by approaching a ton of women and then just getting rejected a lot of time. It's just expose yourself to the rejection. And what I did was I chose to use that as an example or what I'm doing is I'm gathering data and torturing the data to meet my agenda, and my agenda is that pickup's awesome. So I might take a little bit of what Jordan Peterson says that fits my agenda, and that's that, you know, day game's awesome. So
Or mentalization or whatever.
yeah, but that's what science is, isn't it? You know, a lot of it is they just rig it. They just pick out what suits them, and I guess that happens everywhere too, right? And it is associated with the dark triad to some degree, you know, doing pickup, because it's like lots of different girls and it's you have to be a little bit.
Have lots of different guys, so it's like.
Yeah, girls have lots of different guys too. So, but yeah, it's I guess gay guys will bang anything as well. Does that mean all gay guys are psychopaths? I don't know.
Not. I think he's one of those kind of personalities that just kind of says things to get attention because, you know, attention gets viewed and sells, and like more attention, more money, you know.
I guess when you're in a long conversation and you got to think on the spot, and often he just says his personal opinion on whatever it is, and it might even change, you know, depending on the context of the conversation too. I feel like he seems like a real honest guy, so it might be his opinion then. But if someone else asked him the same question in like a year's time, it'd probably, depending on the context of the question and where he is, he might have a different opinion and not even realize it. But it's good to, for the video I made, I just took that little bit of information and thought, okay, well, that meets my agenda. And
anybody that's watching, we're talking about Jordan Peterson. I don't think we mentioned his name. Everybody watching is probably like going to think, who the fuck are you guys talking about?
maybe you can clickbait the hell out of the title of this video and call it like Jordan Peterson says something, and then just insert outrageous sentence. He's in some sort of a I think he's in a mental institute or a drug something right now. I don't know. I think he was taking pills or something. So he can't really defend himself. You might as well just clickbait the shit out of this video.
It's crazy because Australia is like, it's such a unique part of the world. It's like mostly Caucasian, but you're like literally like a couple hours away from all the.
We're not Caucasian. No, we're not Caucasian. I'm literally in the CBD of Sydney, which is the largest city in Australia. So I'm in the largest city in Australia, and I can walk down the CBD and there's no white people. I got to tell you, that is a myth, and I don't know why that myth continues, but there's no white people
mostly Chinese now?
Yes, yes. It's
Yeah,
but the thing is,
they're moving in a lot, actually, buying property in Australia.
we have a land mass the size of the United States, almost the size of China. Australia's a massive country, by the way. It's the size of Europe. My country is the size of Europe, and we have a population of 25 million. So you guys have a population of 350 million. We're 1/7 the size. There's like literally nobody here, and so what we do is we're surrounded by 1 billion Asians on our doorsteps. Indonesia with like 250 million. You know, they're all flowing in from all over Asia, and if you go through the CBD, there's no Australians. I can't remember last time I spoke to a white person. I have to speak to an American like you before I'm like, that's a white person? Is that a white person? No, seriously.
Australia
Seriously.
is not that habitable like most of the country. So, is it?
Yeah.
Only a small portion. It's not like over 120 degrees Fahrenheit, you know?
The center is like, there's a lot of desert in the center, and it's pretty hot. But yeah, the CBDs, they're all Asian now, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. And it's actually the opposite. One thing about dating, which I think is really interesting, is a lot of people think that Asians are easy. But the thing is, when you're in a country like mine and you have a lot of Asians coming here, and as soon as they get their hands on those sweet Australian dollars, they're not as easy as they were before they had the Australian dollars. If you know what I mean. So it's totally different, and I think it's easier to get laid in America than it is in Sydney. Sydney is a very tough place, actually, and it's not
very
just
feminist-minded. It seems. Is that a case? Is that the case?
Beg pardon? What was that?
I feel like the feminism runs pretty strong there, especially with that's what it seems like the media is making it seem like.
It is.
What I've seen here.
It is fairly feminist, but it feels like it's more feminist in the United States. In Australia, something weird's happening, where you have a lot of people from different backgrounds coming here, and what they do is they want to a lot of men from different countries in Asia. They have to they're doing everything in their power to try and get laid. And what they do is they try and intimidate the girls from their country when they arrive in Australia to try and hold on to them. So it actually makes
intimidate them. What's their strategy for that?
Well, it's group intimidation and the possibility of becoming an outcast in your own little
pressure. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so and they're all using it from every single country. And I didn't realize how difficult. Sorry?
Indians do that a lot. And the women are they allow them. Indian women are like, they're so it's so easy for them to control Indian women that way. Even if they don't really like, I've noticed that here, like, there's a lot of Indian, they're very clannish when they go out. And
if you see an Indian in Australia, they're only dating other Indians. If you see a Pakistani, only other Pakistanis.
Even if they like a guy, who's not Indian, like when they're in their group, you can kind of tell, because I've been doing pickup for like over 10 years. I can tell when a girl doesn't like a guy, but they'll give him what he wants just because they, like you said, they don't want to be alienated. It's very group think, Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Just something I observed.
No, yeah, it makes perfect sense, and we we have that issue. It's an even bigger issue in Australia. It's probably 10 times worse. I don't know. Like I'll put a huge number on it, and I didn't realize how difficult it was in Australia to get laid until I would see a lot of coaches come down here. They run boot camps and stuff, and then they complain about how difficult it is and how flaky the numbers are, and but it's a good training ground. So you go somewhere else after you come to Sydney, spend 6 months here, and then go somewhere else, and it's like everywhere else is on easy level.
Well, I'm glad you came on, Dave. This is Dave Lee. Dating.
Oh no, yeah, one man's life mission.
One man's life mission. That's the channel. I'll have a link to your channel in the description also.
I'll take this and put it on my channel as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We had a lot of great content.
No, well, yeah, it was good speaking to you, and I didn't realize it went for an hour. Gee, that went fast.
No, but we'll definitely have you on again if you want to be on.
No, yeah, for sure. Maybe next time we'll have like an actual topic, because we just sat down and we're like, okay, let's just
down some notes or whatever.
Japan, just see where it goes.
Still pretty entertaining.